Hello and welcome to Crochet Me Pink. My name is Kelly and today I am bringing you a brief, hopefully, instruction, suggestions, my opinions on the different hooks that are available out there. Now I don't have all of them, but I do have a few brands here that I can show you so you kind of know which and what you should get, okay? For the beginner that has never crocheted or would like to relearn crochet, the easiest is, and the cheapest, because you will learn how to crochet, but for a beginner, so don't put too much money into it, for the beginner, I suggest, well, this is a J, and you'll find the numbers on the hooks. Okay, that's where they are. This brand is there and the boy is on the other side. So this is a commonly used metal hook. Now I would suggest using a J10. I learned on a I9 and they come in different colors. So you go and pick one of those out and you can get started on crocheting. You go to the store, you pick up a hook, you look for a J or a I, and then I was going to show you some yarn, but I'm going to leave this in just the tool. Now, they do have boy ergonomic hooks, okay? The number on these hooks is for this size right here, the actual hook part, okay? And this one was stamped on, so you can't really tell because the ink has worn off. Oh, there's some. This is a 5mm, which is an H. And I used this a lot last year when I was learning. But I found that the rubber at the end, which is called the ergonomic part of it, is the one that would twist. Now you can add glue and you can, keep it in place by gluing it back. But I was gifted another set, so I didn't have to do that. Now this is a boy and it's an H. And then the size on these. Now you could get this metal one or the ergonomic boy. These are both boys, but they're the same hook. One's just aluminum, one's ergonomic. And those who have hand or wrist issues should really go with an ergonomic hook. Start with that. They're not that expensive, a few bucks. So it's not going to break the bank either. So there's different ways people hold their hooks. This is called the pen. This is called the steak knife. And as you can see, it hits that part of my hand because I have very large hands. So if you have larger hands, the ergonomic would probably be best because they can dig. And like the metal ones, they hit my inside and the circle part of my hand a lot, which causes some issues. Now this one is approximately 6.5 inches. And they all are 6 inches. It's about 1.5 inches from this metal part to the rubber part, okay? And then we have another brand that you can get from Hobby Lobby. These are called Yarnology hooks, okay? You see that little rubber spot? Well, when you're holding it, and this is a Yarnology from Hobby Lobby, when you're holding it, you have like a grip right there. And it does, when you're holding it, it does not hit at that point because they are longer, okay? You can see. Even with the metal one, they are both the same size. If I hold them up from where you use it to that part. See, it is about an inch shorter, just or half an inch. And this ergonomic one, see the difference? That's the difference in the length of it. When they talk about numbers, they're talking about the size of this part of the hook. And when you find patterns, they will suggest a hook size to get that exact pattern size. Now, this is not something that you have to use or have to do on each of these skeins or patterns. You can use any hook as long as it's comfortable for you and you want it, get it to the size you would desire. So this is a great, awesome hook. And if I had more of these, I'd probably use these too. But I was gifted, now these are the Yarnology, and they come in different colors also. Each company has different colors for different sizes. So when you're talking about, these are called Clover Amours, and Clover comes in different colors. It comes in different styles of how it's, the ergonomic part is made. They have what they call soft touch, which is like a gold yellowish and like a brownish black for their handle. And these clovers you can get on sale at Amazon for like $28 when they're on sale. They usually go for about $80 for a 10 pack. You can get these through Joann's and Michael's. And I'm not sure about Hobby Lobby, but they do have these in stores that you can buy separately. So you can just try one and see how it is. But if you just want to try and, you know, get used to crocheting again, or just getting used to or wanting to learn to crochet, I would, you know, stay with the boys. That way you're not you don't need a lot of money to crochet. Crochet, you can buy brands that have, you know, that are $2-3 for some. And you're going to practice, so you will be ripping it out and restarting, learning how to hold the yarn, learning which way is comfortable for you to hold the hook. So these Clover Amours are amazing, and you'll hear a lot of us talking about them. But this is a brand name. I mean, they're all brand names, but medium brand name. These are 5.5 inches long, and they are about 1.5 inches from the metal to the ergonomic rubber. And they fit very comfortably in my hand to crochet. They don't irritate my palm at all. And you can use them for the pen grip, the stake hold. I mean, you can do different things, whatever works best for you. That's the hooks that you can use. You don't have to stick to just one either. The numbers for the clovers, when they start getting into above a J or a K, they will go to the plastic and the ergonomic handle. And I'm not sure why, probably because it's a little heavier the bigger you get with the metal, the aluminum part. So they're trying to save on your hands. And I believe it goes up to a K, but I'm not positive. These are called Tulips. Tulips is a higher brand, a little bit pricier than the Amours. And I have not seen them in stores. I believe you can only get them online. But they come in, I got a 4-pack sent to me by a wonderful, wonderful friend and subscriber. She sent me all of these, and they are all in pink. Aren't they pretty? And I do switch off from my clovers to my Amours. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. So you need to just take a breath and decide, okay, I'm not quite sure, but I'd like to try. And, just starts, you don't need expensive tools or a whole bunch of different ones to know or to learn how to crochet or knit. Well, this is crochet. Knitting, I believe, is the same. They have different price tooling, but it's got the brand names and the low cost names, and the boys are low cost. And the yarn you get as cheap as $1 to $2, and you can at least try to learn. And try it and see if you like it. I'm not saying you do, but you will be able to give it, and you'll understand it, and you'll end up falling in love with it. It may take time, it may take others longer, it may take you 5 seconds and you get it. Everyone learns differently. So if you're trying to, not sure, I would say just buy a lower cost one. If you're good with this, which is I think about $3-4 a piece, that is fine too. If you can afford it, that's what you can afford, but it'll work. You will learn how to crochet no matter what brand you use. The Clover Amours, I love. They're probably any range from $5 to $10. I mean, it depends on what your pocketbook and what you're comfortable with spending is all that matters. Now, these are the same also. And you will find that the heads here are a little different. Some have more of a pointy head, some have more of a rounded head, and you'll get into all that later. But these are just the ones that I have that I wanted to share with you on the sizing, because I have had questions asked about what is the difference, and I did go over it on one of my lives one time, but I figured I'd do a separate video on that. So this is a tulip, and it measures 5.5 inches, and it's about 1.5 inches from the aluminum tip to the rubber ergonomic part. So each of the ergonomics and each of the crochet hooks that you see, the aluminum part, metal or plastic, is about 1.5 inches. The difference between the length is from this rubber part to that rubber part, and this one is about 4 inches long. So you have 4 inches of yarn to hold, or the rubber part to hold your hook, okay? No matter which way you do it. It doesn't matter how you crochet, it's what is comfortable for you. So if you hold it like this, these are great. They don't push on my palm, even though they are a little shorter. And I hold it differently. And each of these, whether you do this pencil grip, this is a pencil, and this is a steak knife. So that is the difference between tulips. These are the clovers. They're different colors for the clovers. These are Yarnology at Hobby Lobby. You can get the Clover Amours through Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and on Amazon. And these are the boys that you can buy at any of the stores and Walmart and online. So that is the video for today. These are boy hooks. One's ergonomic and one's just a plain steel or aluminum hook. These are Yarnology. Yes, they even look fun, right? And they are longer. So if you have bigger hands or, chubbier hands like I do and others, that these are wonderful for that because they are longer and they work great when you have even hand issues, is the ergonomic. And with time, you will understand all this terminology. So just breathe. You'll get it. And then, so we have boy, Yarnology, Clover Amours. That one goes there. And this is the tulip. So I wanted to give you just a little video so you could choose for yourself which one you'd like to get and understand the differences between each company and all the different brands. And they do have furls, which is like the Mercedes of crochet hooks. And then the tulips are up there too, a little bit below that. Then you have the clovers, which are a nice, comfortable price to pay if you can afford it. The Yarnology is another one that, which is this one. These are Clover Amours. This one's Yarnology. Yarnology is only at Hobby Lobby and maybe on Amazon. So this is Hobby Lobby brand that they carry. These are boys. They have them everywhere. Boy and Bates are pretty similar in their sizes also. The difference is some have ergonomic and some are all the aluminum. And they are a little bit shorter like the tulips, but the Clover Amours and the Yarnology, I would suggest the Yarnology, this one, if you have the bigger hands and you hold it like a steak knife and you want it to stick out a little bit farther out of your hand so it's not hitting you up here, okay? Because that can bother you, and then you can't crochet as long and your hand starts hurting. So this is what I would suggest for the larger hands. Then I would suggest the Clover Amours. Now, like I said, they have different types of, each company has a couple different options, like Clover Amour or Clover Soft Touch or Furls. They have theirs, and Boy has theirs and Bates. And so this is just a rundown on these 4 different brands and where you can get them. If you have any comments or questions, please leave me a message in the comment section below and I will answer to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I will look it up. If I can't look it up, I'll ask somebody. If I can't find it, then I don't think there's an answer to it. But I will do my best. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like I said, leave a message, comment if you have any questions at all. And thank you so much for coming to Crochet Me Pink and visiting me. And, oh, most important, like, subscribe, and share if you like this video. Thank you all for stopping by, and remember, keep crocheting. Don't give up. You will get it. You'll love it. And you will be hooked. And when you get hooked, you will be a hooker. Have a great day, you guys. Love ya.